We told you a couple of stocks, or rather 10 stocks that we watch out for fundamental news. But now we have our team of CNBC chartbusters, chartists, as well as CNBC TV 18 market wallahs to give us their fundamental picks as well as their technical strategies for the morning. Prakash Gaba of prakashgaba.com joins us. In a bit, we will have Shubham Agarwal as well as Rajat Bose joining us to give you a bunch of trading picks. Prakash Dewan, of course, joining us to give us fundamental views. Gentlemen, good morning to all of you. Well, first up, Prakash Gaba, since there's so much of Prakash in the studio, how do you look at the Nifty today? Is there a long or short? Yesterday it had us confused.
In fact, on Friday it tried to go, it attempted to go up, it did not. So was the case yesterday. The attempt is there. The attempt does not mean that it's going to go up. Technically, the trend is still down. Where does it go up from? I would say once it crosses 7,750 on the upside, then we can say, yes, I think it's going up. Until that happens, we would assume that it's down. So there's a very good chance that attempt is only an attempt, twice attempt, maybe third time it might succeed. So far, technically it's down.
So what do we do from 7650 to 7750? No trade at all?
Absolutely. In fact, if someone is short, maintain shorts, and the downside target would be in the vicinity of 7,500 or 7,550. Now that, like yesterday I said, is a make or break level. As long as that holds, I think it's fine. If that breaks, I think the Nifty breaks it all. But that's a good place to bounce from here. This is a place for a volatility. So let's see where it opens.
Okay, in fact, we had a lot of stocks, mid-cap stocks that were under pressure yesterday. So let's talk about some strategies. Prakash, hi, morning. In terms of Dish TV, that stock was under pressure yesterday. You have a short call over there?
In fact, yes, good morning to you. In fact, Dish TV, the setup is such that once it breaks the level of 94, it actually cracks. And cracks a lot. So far, it's a place that it can slide down to levels, I would say that Dish TV to around 88 zones. It's an aggressive sell in anticipation of a breakdown. Stop above 98 should be just fine on Dish TV.
Okay. Well, Rajat Bose has also been connected. Now he has been waiting. Good morning, Rajat. Well, first up, your take on the Nifty.
Good morning. I would say unless the Nifty falls below 7620 to about 7610, this range is not violated, then I would think that there would be adequate buying support at lower levels to once again make an attempt at 7700. 7702 to about 7730 is another supply zone that the Nifty needs to contend with. Once that is taken out, then maybe further upside is possible. But overall, I also feel that this is a valiant attempt that was made yesterday, and the kind of buying that I have seen in mid caps as well as some of the large caps, there is reasonable possibility that this pullback rally has still some tailwind left. Lata.
What was the support zone you said? 7610?
7620 to about 7610. Spot Nifty.
Okay. So in this zone itself, what are we going to do if the markets were to open, you know, between 7620 and 7650? What is the trade?
I would say that I would prefer to wait a bit. At least, you see, generally I tend to take the initial trade after 9:30 because the first 15 minutes, people who are covering shorts or people who are, keen to buy, too keen to buy, they buy. So once that dust settles down, then if it is closer to 7650, I would still make an attempt to buy and put a stop loss below 7610, expecting scaling up to 7700 or even 7715 on the upside. So today I would be a buyer on dips. So till such time 7610 is violated. So my trade would be mostly on the long side, but let's see how things pan out.
Okay, since your trade is on the long side, let's speak about some stocks. Yesterday, CLSA upgraded Reliance Communication and that stock was up more than 6%. You would buy that stock today?
Reliance Communication looks good. Its correction, short-term correction seems to be over, and once again it is trying to move up on the upside. Yesterday there was a price volume upswing, volume-backed upswing, I would say. So I would put a stop loss below 78.5, and I would expect 84 and 86.5 to be scaled on the upside. And Reliance Communication as such, what you saw a few days back, that was just a correction on an intermediate uptrend. So the uptrend is resuming, and there is enough tailwind left on this count.
But on Bharti, you have a sell.
Lata, I would like to say one thing. This is one sector in which I would not buy as an investor. And of course, Reliance Communication may be played on the long side as a trader, but not for investments. And Bharti is trending down. So probably it will hit sub 300 levels, and that's why I've taken a short trade out there. I'm recommending a short trade out there. 311.20 is my stop loss, and I would look at targets of 299 and 295. It could go even further down if things get murky once again.
Okay, actually, I'm glad you have a Manappuram Finance on your buy list. Well, just sentimental, because we are now celebrating our Inside Kerala week this week. So we have a lot of Kerala-based companies joining us. Manappuram will be one of them. Anyway, why do you technically like it?
Technically, yesterday it performed brilliantly, and generally, while recommending this, I'm generally a bit wary of recommending mid-cap stocks, but for trading. But this one I have chosen because Manappuram, whenever it gives a large move on one particular day, follow-on buying happens on subsequent at least 1 or 2 days, and I'm banking on that. So Manappuram looks a good bet for trading, and I'm expecting a target of 30.60, but the first target I've kept at 30, and I would put a stop loss below 27.40. Yesterday's closing had been 28.35. And of course, it's coincidental, but I'm happy that you're inside Kerala and Manappuram, they gel together.
Okay, thanks for that. Well, talking about some of these non-index large caps, Prakash, Glenmark is one stock that has fallen significantly. In fact, from October, it's gone from 1100 all the way to 850 now. You have a short call there?
I think it's a classical textbook sell signal. Is broken 930. It didn't have business to break 930. Once it broke 930, it had no business going up. So I would say it can actually slide down to levels closer to 825, stop about 890. That's purely a trading play. But yes, Glenmark is looking weak.
Okay. Well, I want to ask about steel stocks. You have a buy on JSW Steel, Prakash, and Rajat has one on Tata Steel. But before I come to those steel stocks, let me get the Nifty call first from Shubham Agarwal of Motilal Oswal. Shubham, good morning. How do you trade the Nifty? Actually, the two technical experts here think that at the moment it's probably a no-trade zone. What's yours?
Yeah, good morning, Lata. I think even I'm of the same view, because if you look at the placement of Nifty right now, yesterday we did see a piercing line pattern getting formed, and that has been formed around the previous swing low that Nifty has seen. That gives us more cushion that on a short-term scale there might be a temporary pullback which might be there in action. But the problem is that if you look at the overall medium-term pattern, then we can clearly see that the Nifty doesn't seem to be done yet. So most of the momentum indicators are indicating that the Nifty is at an oversold zone, and we might see a temporary pullback happening, which could extend to the level of 7800 to 7850. But once that happens, I think the downtrend should again resume, and the medium-term support that we see for Nifty is placed at 7300. So even on one of the study that we do, where we compare the relative strength of Nifty to the other global indices, that's more of a medium-term model that we track, and Nifty is also a sell there, which is indicating that 1 to 1.5 months from now, there could be a good possibility that Nifty might remain under selling pressure. So the idea should be that once we see that pullback happening beyond 7800, that can be taken as an opportunity to sell. And right now there's no lucrative trade, because we are talking about a 200 point upside and a 150 point as a stop loss. So the immediate level is 7500. So I don't think there's a very lucrative trade to be done at this point of time on Nifty.
Okay, so not a very lucrative trade on the Nifty.